Alright, this is Mastering Astral Projection, day 17. This is really just like yesterday. There's really not any difference. So just to go over everything again, you're going to be doing entire body relaxation for 5 minutes, cloud breathing for 5 minutes, energy body pre-stimulation for 5 minutes, that's stimulating your feet, legs, hands, and arms, doing the complete full body bounce, and doing the full body circuit. That's breathing from the bottoms of the feet to the top of the head, and then bringing that back down to the navel, and then doing the ring technique, which I had told you I thought I wasn't really fond of that technique. I liked counting on the hands, how I showed you yesterday. Um, and yeah, Robert says, don't be discouraged if some of these things don't work, and practice, 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 just like practicing a musical instrument. It starts out difficult and it gets better over time. And yeah, so last night's dream, that was a cool dream last night. And this is kind of what happened, so I'll explain this to you. I used to live in this house in Capitola Village, and somebody had, there was a room built into the garage, and it was used for different things while I was living there. And I had built a corner door to get from the room into the garage, so you didn't have to go through the garage doors in the front. Anyway, somebody had locked me into the garage, and there was a window in the garage door, and I could see out of it, and I watched them lock me in, and I don't know why they were doing that, but I was not all that distressed about it, because I knew that I had a secret door. And so I walked through the door, and then walked into the backyard. The backyard was a little bit different than when I had lived there. There was a big planter with some big plants in it, and other plants scattered about. And where there was a stairwell going up to the upstairs room from the outside, instead I used that as a walkway to get out of the backyard. Except where I ended up was a sort of enclosed carport, not quite a garage, but like an enclosed carport in the next door neighbor's yard. And they had windows that looked into their house from it. And as I was going toward their door to get to the outside, I noticed that there was somebody standing inside the house, and I didn't want them to see me. So I ducked, and I couldn't quite make it to the door, even though there was a couple of people encouraging me to do so. So I instead turned around and I went in the opposite direction and ended up at the house that I was just at, except the garage had also been made into a carport, and again there were windows that looked into the house, and this time it was the kitchen. And the kitchen had been completely remodeled with some sort of dark oak or something in the cabinetry, and it was very beautiful. And I remember seeing a spice rack, and I was thinking, wow, I'm in the same place but a different place. Where am I? And then this guy came out. He with a big gray dog. The dog ran out first through the door, and I at first was a little nervous, but then I love dogs, and so when the dog came out, I just immediately made friends with it. And the guy saw that I'd immediately made friends with this dog, so he didn't seem so threatening. And I looked at him and I said, I'm really sorry that I'm here, but I have to tell you that I'm bilocating right now. I hope you understand. And then I woke up. I woke up as I had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, that was such a cool dream. I wonder where that was going to go. So I went back to bed, and I tried to get back into the dream. I had success doing that, except that I didn't end up where I had left off. And I had ended up in some sort of industrial kitchen with lots of silver countertops, stainless steel, and a big sink and industrial sprayer and stuff. And I was like, and there were people about, and I couldn't quite latch onto the dream in the same way that I could. But the interesting thing about the dream is that my acknowledgement of bilocating, right? So if you're not familiar with bilocating, it just means that you're in two places at once, which is essentially what you're doing in astral projection. And I had an awareness that this is what was happening. So it was almost like what I would call lucid dream. And we'll be talking about lucid dreams maybe tomorrow or the day after. So it was this lucidity, it was just the awareness that you know, I'm here, but I'm not really here because this is what's going on. So this is an indication that the astral body's leaving. My consciousness is somewhere with it, and somehow I was able to swap over into the consciousness and know what was going on. So, anyway, I think that's about it for today.